SES Defender of Freedom, uploading Datalog for days 385 to 392 of the Second Galactic War. Hello, Data Archive. In the past week, the Automatons launched an all-out assault targeting innocent young adults and the production of the MD8 gas mines. However, this attack was interrupted by a shocking development. The Meridian Singularity draws closer to Mordash, while the Automaton war machine strikes multiple planets with plans to steal the Deep Mantle Forge complex to deploy a new threat. At the start of day 385, the ongoing major order was to hold Liber Tea to complete the production of the MD8 gas mines, or save the moderately feeble young adults under Good Citizen Andrews on Joheim. However, the Helldivers had a plan to hold back the Automatons and save both. The plan was to first complete the defense of Beckham 3, and then deploy the DSS of Karen Prime with the orbital blockade. This would temporarily trap the Automatons on Karen Prime, and not allow them to launch another attack on Charble 7. This would make Beckham 3 the only target the Automatons can attack, allowing Helldivers to focus on the defense should it occur. The plan commenced, and it began just as the Helldivers planned. Beckham 3 was held, and just before the Automatons obtained control over Karen Prime, the DSS arrived and deployed the orbital blockade, trapping the Automatons on the planet and not allowing an attack on Charble 7. The Automatons had no response for hours after this development, as the re-liberation of Karen Prime continued. However, it seemed throughout this time the Automatons were mobilizing their next attack. In response to the brilliant defense strategy by the Helldivers, the Automatons revealed their intent to kill every moderately young adult at all costs, amassing a massive invasion fleet sent all to Beckham 3. This murderous brute force ploy by our electronic enemies was to break through our focused defense of Beckham 3 to ensure that attacks could be launched in time to Joheim and Liber Tea. Thus, holding Beckham 3 would be critical to save both planets. In the opening hours of the attack, Helldivers held on to their plan to maintain the DSS on Karen Prime to stall further attacks. However, the attacking force on Beckham 3 was formidable, requiring all resources to possibly hold off this attack. To focus the effort, the DSS was shifted back to Beckham 3 to assist in holding the critical planet. But the Automaton forces on Karen Prime, now no longer trapped, continued to press towards Charble 7. Pressed on multiple fronts and the progress of both defenses trending poorly, it seemed as though the Automatons would succeed. But on the morning of day 386, suddenly, a significant shift occurred on every front against the Automatons, and within an hour, the defense of the attack on Beckham 3 was suddenly in our favor. Helldivers pressed this unexpected advantage, and within the next hour, the entire Automaton attack crumbled. However, this monumental collapse by the Automatons did not end there. As super destroyers deployed to Karen Prime to shut down the attack on Charble 7, many reports were received of sudden self-destruction and catastrophic flight of automatons. As automatons seemed to rocket away from the battlefield for no apparent reason, Helldivers successfully reclaimed Karen Prime, shutting down the entire automaton offensive in 3 hours. Details were then received from High Command, indicating that this sudden unexpected collapse in automaton capabilities appears to be due to a routine update to the automaton's operating systems. Our intercepted details seem to show that the OS update seemed to implement superior jetpacking methodology in attempts to spread the jet brigade's capabilities to other automatons in the fleet. We had previously received intel from a cooperating super destroyer indicating prior attempts at deploying this update, and it seems the bots just chose to deploy this change right in the middle of their major offensive. This seemed to cause 80% of all active automatons to explode, drift away, or cease to function.
Bugs.
Ha, exactly. Nothing compared to Super Earth quality control. Well, from here, Helldivers continued to push the automatons on Martal wait, what's going on?
Bugs.
Sorry, what?
Dropping a pin.
The Charon system.
Dropping a pin.
The Charball system.
Nope, that's not helping. Oh, it's working again. That was weird, wasn't it?
Negative.
Oh, I see. It seems the last 24 hours were entirely normal and nothing out of the ordinary happened. Makes sense to me.
Bugs.
While following a completely ordinary day, the Socialist Toasters were still reeling from their crushing defeat and launched no further attacks towards Liber Tea or Joheim, and Helldivers primarily continued their liberation efforts on Martal. Assisted by the DSS's Eagle Storm, Helldivers were able to nearly liberate Martal before the Automatons began their attack on Mesa. Helldivers prioritized liberating Martal first, but moments afterwards, the bots struck again on Blistica, and then Court Bay 6 hours later. Seemingly frustrated by their failure, the automatons appeared to be beginning yet another assault to take multiple planets. Helldivers spread thin, each defense was not looking good, but by the morning, the major order was successful. Against all odds, both Joheim and Dumatir have been saved by the Helldivers. The Helldivers have both allowed enough time for the moderately feeble young adults of good citizen Andrews to be evacuated, as well as ensured the imminent fleet-wide deployment of the MD-8 gas mines. News was also received indicating record-breaking enlistment after Helldivers saved the young adults. The Helldivers continue to be the galaxy's greatest role models. But the Automatons, clearly responding to the successes of the Helldivers, launched a fourth attack on Claurel, which was followed by new orders from High Command. The Meridian Singularity continues to advance, and Mordesh may soon be the next celestial victim of the Illuminate. The decommissioned Mordesh research facility has been found to still have trace amounts of dark fluid in the facility's ventilation systems. Helldivers must delay the Singularity's advance as much as possible to enable the research of this dark fluid. However, Claurel is also under attack, and if control is lost of the Deep Mantle Forge complex, we cannot be certain what horrifying uses the automaton will put it towards. Once again, the Helldivers must choose to slow down the Meridian Singularity by defending 8 Illuminate invasions, or ensure that we maintain control over Claurel after 4 days. Following the new orders, Helldivers chose to split between the Illuminate invasions and the defense of Claurel. Unable to prioritize the defense of Miesa, Blistica, and Court Bay, Helldivers first shut down the Squid invasions on Setia and Alethar 11 by the morning of Day 390. However, Helldivers remained split between the two objectives, and without enough support of either, throughout Days 390 to 391, Claurel was lost, along with each Illuminate invasion. And at this point, with only 2 days remaining, the only option to succeed this major order is to retake Claurel in 2 days, though the automaton resistance on the planet was very significant. Pressing to ensure the success of one of the two objectives, the majority of Helldivers deployed to Claurel, and over the course of the last 2 days, steady progress has been made. But at the end of Day 392, Claurel and the Deep Mantle Forge complex is nearly secure once again. That concludes this Datalog data archive. Though we will succeed in stopping the automatons, the Illuminate have increased their dark energy accumulation, and the Meridian Singularity is speeding up towards Mordesh. The crew aboard the Defender of Freedom would also like to wish congratulations for the anniversary of the launch of the Super Earth Galactic War data archive. We have come a very long way, and look forward to another year. The Defender of Freedom is deploying Helldivers to Claurel.